So, a lot of people get their properties logged for various reasons. Myself, my main reason is I'm a maple syrup producer, and a lot of areas of my forest are very heavy oak, and they're beautiful oak saw logs, meaning they'll go for veneer or for hardwood flooring. So, they also are pretty much as big as they'll ever get. So we're harvesting some of those out. We're obviously leaving tons of them, but we're taking a lot out. We're getting access trails so I can get my syrup lines in a lot easier, and we will then promote better forest health for those maples. We're opening up the canopy so they'll just explode and get way bigger, much more healthy, produce more sap, more syrup for me. Yeah, we're getting some firewood logs. It is kind of a byproduct. We're taking the crappy logs out in the way, or sometimes the saw log has, there's only so many places you can drop them, and there might be a tree or two in the way. So they come out with it. But what can you expect from logging your property? Number one, a lot of work afterwards if you want to clean it up. At least you'll have roads in to clean it up, which is amazing because putting trails in is a lot of work. You'll have a lot of extra firewood from those tops. I already have more wood than I can possibly burn in years. So I'll have friends that'll come over and we will clean up tops. They'll take as much as they can, process that, do whatever they want. I don't care. It helps me get my forest cleaned up. We leave some of the stuff on the ground for the critters because they like the cover. There's a lot of, in my forest specifically, there's a lot of balsam mixed in with the hardwood, and they're not big, they're weak, they're crappy. Most of them are dead or fall over and are half rotten, so there's down balsams everywhere, and the skidders probably run over thousands of them already. It's kind of nice when they run over them and the skidder just shreds all the branches right off of them. So I'll grab those, cut them up, and they are great in my maple syrup evaporator. So that doesn't go to waste. The branches break down and nutrients for the ground. So that's all a win-win. Short term, it's going to be a lot of work after logging. You'll make a little bit of money from it, not a ton. Firewood logs pay basically nothing. The veneer and, well, your saw logs, in my case anyway, it's a 50-50 split with the loggers. But after that, you've got a lot of work to do to make your forest nice and neat looking again. Or you can just leave it. It will break down. It'll take probably 15 years or more, but it will break down. And you'll have a lot of new growth of, at least in my area, the maples will set in almost instantly and just go crazy. We'll get lots of raspberries and blackberries and that sort of stuff growing. In the bigger openings anyway, there aren't too many big openings that have happened from this process. There's, I think, 3 spots so far that they've hit pretty good, because there was a lot of oak saw logs in there, and I kept saying, I said, take them all. Leave the small stuff for regrowth, but take the good big logs out of here. Let's promote this maple growth, because syrup, that's my business, and I want the maples to get as healthy as they can be, and the less competition they're fighting for, the better. Other than that, there's been some birch taken out. We're taking out ash that's easily accessible because we don't have the ash borer here yet, but it's coming. Unfortunately, it's not that far away. Any of the living beech trees they're taking out, most of them are already dead, so, and fallen over. The beech bark disease is hitting us pretty hard here the past 5-10 years. That's a whole nother topic there. But there has been a few living beech that are decent size that they've taken out, which is really nice firewood, and saw logs, but it doesn't seem like there's a market for it. But there's so many saplings in the bush that it's crazy of the beech. Other than that, we're basically, that's what we're doing. Yeah. Hopefully winter lasts a little bit longer and we can keep logging, because we were wanting this to all happen this year, but this winter's just been so bad that it just can't happen. It's too mild and will make an absolute mess of the bush. The skidder, if it's soft, it'll just make absolute trenches. And if whoever is logging your bush is responsible, they don't want to make a mess in your property. And the guys doing mine don't want that. Neither do I, because cleaning up skidder trail from those crazy trenches is an insane amount of work. I don't want to do that. I don't want my bush thrashed. I am looking out for the forest health over the next 100 years. That's the plan. Proper forest management. So with proper forest management, it's easy to log responsibly and sustainably. So let's see some footage here of what's been going on, and yeah, hopefully this helps a little bit for anyone thinking about getting their property logged. Equipment wise, for the loggers, the guys doing my property, it's a 2-man crew. There's the saw guy and the skidder driver, and that's it. There's no forwarder, there's no feller buncher, which is your excavator with the big forestry head on it. And I kind of wanted the small crew just because it's less impact on the forest. Those feller bunchers can sure make a mess, as can the forwarders. They're huge, huge, huge machines. Skidder's big enough as it is, and it's pretty unreal to watch it just drive over everything. But those big machines can certainly add to cleanup, possibly, and you should ask about that. Talk to several people before you have your forest logged, several different logging companies. Fortunately, I've gotten to know many loggers over the years because I'm also a chainsaw carver, and I've been buying loads of white pine for years and years and years. So I've gotten to know lots of them, which is helpful. I know all of the equipment that they all have. I know sort of their style and what they can do, what they can't do, etc., etc. But if you don't know that, you need to talk to them beforehand. Talk to a few people. There's lots of loggers around. It might take you a little bit of work to find them, but that's okay. It's your property. You have to live with the aftermath of it. And if they do make an absolute disaster, you can fire them and kick them out. Don't be afraid of that. But do expect there to be a mess. No matter how good a logger they are, there will be a mess. So just be ready for that. So this area was hit pretty good. There was a lot of big oaks here. They don't really grow any bigger around here. They kind of just die out after they get to a certain size. So we harvested them. There's lots of small ones still left. got one right here in front of me. That'll be a nice tree. There's lots of maples over the hill here. I think those two other big oaks in front of me right here are gonna come down later today. So yeah, there's a lot of tops. There's a lot of just other stuff. This whole pile of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 oaks, they're all gonna stay. And there'll be future, this whole area will probably be just small oak trees in another 5, 10 years. But there's a lot of cleanup. As you can see, there's just tops everywhere. We'll leave some of it because the critters love that. The rabbits and squirrels, chipmunks, all that shit. So some of it we'll clean, some of it we'll leave. We've got a great opening here. These maples will just thrive in this now. So if you're liking my content, hit the subscribe button and check out some more videos. I'm always posting more and like to see this stuff grow.